Yeah, welcome to the worst post-show ever, brought to you by our friends at Twisted Tea. I can't even go get a Twisted Tea. That's one of the reasons it's so bad. Enjoy real iced tea with a kick if you're over the age of 21, but I cannot because Jason Weigandt and Mitch Kendra here, literally we're a band. Pits are closed. You folks that watch the race know. Everybody. Yeah, the fans had to leave. You folks at home who probably attempted to watch the race know what happened. Lightning. It was lightning, not rain. I think it's been proven this year that they'll have mud races. Foxborough Supercross, anybody? Lightning, the venue would not allow the race to continue.
Yeah, I mean, same thing as High Point. Weather was fine. It started raining, but then as soon as lightning strikes within, I don't know the exact number, at the 10
it's
miles.
It's like 7 miles, 30 minutes or something like that, yeah.
Yeah, so if it's within 10 miles, they have to go on a 30-minute delay, but then the 30-minute would get close and another lightning strike would happen, so it just kept resetting it. And just fans had to clear out the grandstands like we did at East Rutherford a couple years ago in Supercross.
That's right.
But unfortunately, like that day, we got the racing in. This day, we didn't get the racing in, so Moto 1 results will stand as the official results today. And
the big difference there, that I'm glad you brought up that East Rutherford race, that was already a night race, right? So if they were going to be clear at 1 in the morning, there would have been light to do it. This place is not set up for that. The motocross section doesn't have lights at all, so that would have had to have been cut out. And then, yes, there are, you could probably see them in the background, there are lights at the top of the grandstands. Before they tell me, that is obviously designed to light up what the cars would see.
Yes.
They need infield lighting to make it work for a motocross track. So once they knew the weather wasn't going to get about 7 o'clock-ish, it was going to be too dark.
Yeah,
so we're in trouble.
What, officially, or unofficially, about 2 hours. We were kind of waiting, like I said, 30 minutes. Yeah. Lightning strike, another 30 minutes waiting again. And it did rain harder, then it would let up a little bit and it rained harder. But yeah, just the lightning kept resetting the time. And eventually it was like, we're getting around to daylight. And then it didn't stop lightning. Now it does stop raining, but yeah, we just kind of ran past the time of daylight, and yeah.
Well, no, they're still not allowing people in because the lightning still hasn't cleared. And then if it did, let's say it did at 10 p.m., there's no way you could ride this track. So let's talk about this. Jet Lawrence and Hayden Deegan win, which is not a shocker here, Mitch. They won the first moto. That then gives them the overall victory. I'm trying to think of who wish there was a second moto. Obviously, if you're Jet and Deegan, you're like, I'm going to win either way. Let's not risk it. Yeah. So give me someone who is like, I'm pissed I didn't get to race.
Oh, Justin Cooper.
Yeah, there you go.
I didn't get to see it. He went down in the first turn, but I saw him come around. He was half a lap behind everybody when they had done half of a lap so far. I'm like, how is he so far back? Dude, he's usually a great starter, like top 5 almost every race.
Yep.
He came in with the points lead. He was like, this is when I need to shine. Just bad luck off the start, I guess. And then Roman Pape almost actually took him on the sand.
Oh, jeez.
He ended up charging up to 11th, but, I mean, that's not ideal for him at all. Like, definitely kind of in a hole now.
Yeah, he's third in points now.
Yeah,
yep.
So he automatically right off the bat loses points. Yeah. 11th place finish and no second motor to back it up.
And then one other, Hunter Lawrence, also a very good starter, usually only able to get to 4th of the first moto. I'm sure he would have loved to have a second moto to do it better. But from what we heard in the pits from some of the teams, we had a lot of live cameras on the TV show. I think after a while, the riders were like, yeah, I'm good. Maybe not Jay Coop. I don't think Hunter was even bummed. Eventually, they're like, dude, we've been sitting around for 2 hours. Let's go. Home.
I don't know if he would have wanted a second one, but I wanted to see what Joe Shimoda would have had in the second one because he was charging after Hammaker in the first one until he went down. I think kind of forced the issue, what he was saying to Will Christian in the interview. But yeah, he was charging. I don't know if he would have wanted a second moto. He might have, but it would have been interesting to see what would have happened.
He actually got 3rd in the first moto because Kitchen and Hammaker jumped. We were confused on this in the TV show. It was not those first doubles. It was a double after the right-hand turn. There was not a red cross flag, I guess, on the first set of doubles. So a couple riders jumped that, including Hayden Deegan. So I think fans were like, why didn't Deegan get penalized? It was the jump after the turn that only Hammaker and Kitchen jumped. Kitchen passed a rider, so he gets penalized a spot. That moves Shimoda from 4th to 3rd, and Hammaker takes a 5-point penalty. He's 16 down now.
Yeah, again, you mentioned it. Hayden and Jet they were the top guys coming in. Now Honda actually has won all SMX races continued on a 450.
That's true.
They're 7 for 7 now, technically. So that's pretty interesting. But yeah, just an interesting day. I mean, like I said, we would have probably wanted to see the second motos, but lightning happened. So
I think most of the riders except Jay Coop probably okay with it. I do feel bad for these fans. This is my home race. This is where I live. And these people, they haven't had a lot of races here. It's only been 3 years that they've had this. I feel bad for these fans. But with the end, lightning sitting on aluminum bleachers, old school, I don't know why. This used to be fine. We've seen in every sporting event, the darn Thursday night NFL football game had a lightning delay, which you don't often see in football, but I think this is a reality. Either they got better at predicting weather, or someone finally got smart enough to say, we're not putting fans in metal seats in lightning. So that's it. And one other thing, the SMX next World All-Stars didn't even get to race at all. So I don't know what the contingency plan is. Maybe 2 motos next week? I don't know what happens there.
Yeah, I think some of the guys were actually in the stands that were kind of going to the gates. I didn't see bikes going to the gates, but the riders were like going to the gates to get ready. And then that's when they started the first official announcement that I actually saw Diesel Thomas. Shout out to him. He was signing autographs, taking pictures with fans in the stands, which is kind of neat. So, yeah, but I'm sure, just a lot of confusion because nobody really knew, like I said, the resetting of the time and everything. But, yeah.
2 motos for each class back at St. Louis as planned with a 2-moto format on Saturday. Not sure about SMX next World All-Stars next week. Maybe they'll fit 2 motos, 2 races in somehow. That's it for the worst post-race show. The lightning got us, not the rain. Mud races are fine. They'll have mud races next year. They won't have a mud race in St. Louis because there's a dome. Probably won't rain in Vegas. Lightning got us. We'll see you next week.